Let's launch it in 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, we have pre-show right now, and that means we have just enough time to do the promotions over here. So
Okay.
let me go ahead and whip up a promotional post real quick because I had that. All right. There. Let's see. I think it's youtube.com/aceofvegas/live is what it is. There it is. Yeah, it's youtube.com/aceofvegas/live. That should take us there. Oh, Jonathan X already made it. So did Mr. Motel. What's up, guys? Glad you got... Oh, and Robbie made it on, too. What's up, man? That was fast. You guys got in here real quick.
They've been stalking it, man.
Hey, all good times, man. You know, we are so Vegas starved right now, so we got to make sure we're keeping everybody up. Oh, they're talking 2 Cent, too. What's up, guys? Yeah. Mark, what you drinking tonight, man?
I'm drinking what I drink every night.
Oh,
I
hey,
got
how's it going?
Labatt's Blue over here.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, I went old school. I got some Steelers Reserve over here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, 8.1%. So that's how we're gonna do it today. All right. Well, looks like notification was a nice alarm. Brilliant. I love that. Okay. Well, let's just go ahead and let's get this popping real quick. Y'all ready for this?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Cool. Welcome back to the hashtag Vegas Video Podcast, and I'm your host, Ace of Vegas, and I'm joined today by my co-host, Mark Anderson, aka Pennies for Vegas. Mark, say what's up, my man.
Hey, guys, how's it going? Just hanging out here in Canada, trying to survive this winter so we can get back to Vegas.
Yeah, indeed. All right, Mark. So let's see. So we got a pretty big show today, too. We're talking a little bit about international travel, and we're also talking a little bit about the juxtaposition of an open Macau versus a closed Vegas and what Vegas has to do to get back to quote-unquote normal.
Nice.
All right, so I think we got a hell of a show planned there. But before we get to that hell of a show right there, I think we need to talk a little bit about you over here. So let's talk about Pennies for Vegas. So let's go ahead and tell everybody. I mean, pretty much everybody in my circle knows what you're about and what you do. But just for any new viewers over here, tell them about yourself. Like what's your channel about? What do you do? I mean, how'd you guys get started? And what's your draw to Vegas?
Well, my thing is doing Vegas on the cheap. A lot of people go to Vegas. We got a lot of high rollers out there that hit up Vegas that vlog, but you don't really have too many vloggers on the low end of things. So my deal is I hit up Vegas on less than $100 a day. And
which is heroic, by the way, if you don't mind me saying.
Absolutely, man. And, I just do my thing. Try and stay in as many nice places as I can. And I think I'm a high roller in my mind, but in my budget, I'm an absolute low roller.
King of the low rollers, though, because you do it upright, man.
That's right.
All right, good deal. But yeah, what really kind of draws you out to Vegas, though? I'm just so curious. I mean, there's so many destination vacations out there. What makes Vegas so special to you?
It's not just one thing. I'd have to say it's the whole package. You got the, obviously, the complimentary drinks. That's a big thing for me. But it's everything. It's the shows. It's the pools. It's the restaurants. And yeah, so it's just everything in general. That makes me a huge fan of Las Vegas.
Right on, man. Well, we're glad to have you on the show today. I know I got to be on your show the other day, and it was amazing. So if you guys haven't checked out, Mark on Pennies for Vegas, feel free to do that. I got a link to his channel in the description box below, and then I think we're about ready to go ahead and get started with the main topic over here. So we're gonna have a really good time. And we got everybody in the chat over here. We got TVP, we got David, we got Anthony too. We got JR from Vegas Tips and Tricks, who is someone else you should hit up too, because he totally just kicked my butt in a competition. So that was always good stuff there. No, he beat me like fair and square. He's gonna be super humble about it, but no, he just had me dead to rights, outskilled, outplayed, and I'm really I was really impressed by that. So,
I don't know, man. I don't know. There was some funny stuff going on with that whole thing. I think Hog and him had something going down.
That 20, right? That 20 though. But it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. You know what? I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have represent the US. So, more power to them. And we got We Run Vegas in the chat too with the super chat and everything. Guys, great to see you in here. And who else did I miss? They're just, everybody's just kind of popping in right now, including our EMT friends next door that are coming through in the background. So, all right, guys. Yeah, I am ready to get started. We even got, That's What She Said in Vegas. So our boy Kev is in here. Yeah, let me go ahead and, Hog, don't feel bad about it, dude. It was good stuff. Yeah, it was good stuff. I had a great time, and I'm looking to have a great time tonight. And let's get moving into our great time over here. I accidentally opened my Vegas game room, and now I actually just want to go over to our first topic today, which is international travel. So, not sure if you guys have realized yet, but I'm an American, and there's a certain level of ignorance that we Americans have. It's mainly of other cultures, but also we don't know what it's like going from one culture to another over here. But I mean, I'll tell you what, it's such a big cultural melting pot when you go to Vegas, because everybody from all over the world comes there to do the same thing, And I'm really excited about it, but I've never actually traveled remotely from, any other country to Vegas. But luckily, I know someone who has. Mark. Now, Mark, go ahead and tell them where you're from, my man.
Okay, I'm like in a big triangle. So you got Buffalo, New York, Detroit, Michigan, Toronto, Ontario. I'm right in the middle in a town called London, Ontario, about 400,000 population.
All right, good deal. So you're in a kind of a small, well, not a small town, but like a smaller metropolitan area up there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Oh, and there goes Canadian dollars over here. There's Mark sneaking in with his 5 Canadian dollars over here, which is some good stuff. I appreciate that, by the way. I'm actually going to ask you about exchange rates a little later on too.
Okay, cool.
Let's go ahead and start with the first bit of traveling internationally from elsewhere to Las Vegas, Nevada. What's the, like, how do you pack for that? Like, what do you do packing wise and preparation wise that you don't normally do if you're an American?
Truthfully, this question probably isn't a good one for me, because as we go back to the low rolling thing, I'm always trying to get to the States as cheap as possible. So, sometimes I'll still, even though I'm coming from Canada, I'm still going to pack just a backpack, bare essentials, and use that as my personal item. But definitely, probably if you were doing a trip from the UK or something like that, and most of those guys are coming over for like 10, 12 days, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's usually like 2 weeks. I found
Yeah.
my brother-in-law, my in-laws live across the pond in the UK, and then it's usually it's like a month-long excursion for them if they come if they come to America.
Yeah, for sure. So I can't really weigh in on that too much, because usually my trips are 5 to 7 days.
Which is still longer than mine. I'm living an hour away from Vegas by plane. I mean, I'm only there for like 2 or 3 days at a time there.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, and another special thanks out to Gibbs over here, tossing our. So when the borders open back up, that's our $5 for the bucket of beers at stage door. Although Gibbs, I think you gave us enough to buy the whole bar, so you might have to bring that back a little bit. But I appreciate you, brother. Great to see you.
Nice.
Right? No, I love that. That was so much fun going down with Hog and 2 Cents and Nick and Kay and just everybody. And we had like 40 beers over there, and it cost us $10. It was nuts.
Oh, it's insane. It is a cool spot to hang out. It's totally a dive bar. Yeah, dive bar, but lots of fun.
Absolutely. All right. So definitely you go for a little while longer. Well, I guess here's another big question. Again, coming from Canada, I'm not sure if this was a huge thing, but was there like a big culture shock for you coming from Canada down to the US of A and going straight to Vegas? Was that like a big thing for you, or what was your first thought when you got to Vegas for your first visit?
Well, my first visit was probably 20 plus years ago. So one of the things that shocked me for the first time was back in those days, we go to the LCBO, which is the liquor store, to buy our hard liquor.
All right.
Okay. Or you go to the beer store to buy your beer. You couldn't go to like a grocery store or a variety store to pick up booze or beer.
All right.
So that was a big shock when we went to Vegas for the very first time. You could actually get it in the variety stores and things like that. That was like, wow, that's pretty crazy.
All right, gotcha. So you guys just couldn't do that back then, or
No,
in
no,
Canada,
it
or can
just
you do that at all in Canada now, or is that not a thing?
yeah, yeah. Now you can. It's in all the grocery stores and variety stores and that. But that just came into that just took place in the last year or two.
Nice. And we got another $5 from Hagen 2 Cent over here for another dance on the stripper pole. I think they're talking about you, bro. I think that's for you, bro.
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think so.
Like you either owe me a stripper dance or a Caesar at this point because you missed my birthday, bro. I'm just saying. Because I'm totally gonna blame that on you and not the epidemic that's happening right now. Totally your
Right,
fault, right?
right. Yeah, absolutely.
No, but in seriousness, much love to Hagen 2 Cent. Always great to see you guys. You guys had a hell of a show the other day too, so don't forget to drop by there. Gentle reminder to everybody else that is watching right now. My mother watches these, so let's go ahead and keep it clean, or not too clean, but still clean. No more pole dancing. All right. Anyway.
Nice, nice, nice.
All right. Let me go ahead and think about something else over here. Yes, actually, while we're on the subject of money over here, so I know the exchange rates are kind of funny. Like British pound sterling is worth a bit more than the U.S. dollar. The Australian dollar is a little weaker. The Canadian dollar is a little weaker, so on and so forth. How do you handle the? Well, let me ask you this: when you say under $100 a day, do you mean Do you mean U.S. dollars or do you mean Canadian dollars?
I mean American dollars.
You mean
So
American dollars.
yeah.
Okay. All
So
right.
right now, 100 Canadian is only 70 US. So we're probably bringing over closer to 130, $140 a day Canadian, 100 US.
Okay, gotcha. So about a buck 30 Canadian, but that's a pretty good deal
Yeah.
still, right? So looking at about a 30% difference. So how do you guys accommodate the changes? As far as like, do you guys carry just cash with you all the time too, or do you do? I mean, is everything on the credit card? Do you get cash advances from the casino cage, or how do you handle that?
Yeah, usually we will well, we have a US account. So when we come back from Vegas, whatever we have left goes into the American account.
Oh,
And
what? You
then
can do that?
yeah, I have a US account. So I just put out, say I come back with $500 out of the 700 I took, which happens quite frequently. Then I'll just, for the next trip, if I'm going for 7 days again, I'll just need to buy $200 and take out the money from the previous trip.
Okay, all right, there you go. Nice, nice. LND in the chat too, saying what's up. Actually, I have a couple more questions, but I really do want to open this up to the live chat over here. Kino Kid has a question for you, and Kino's saying, "What's the best exchange rate you have ever gotten coming to Vegas?"
A few years back, like maybe 10 years or something in that neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
the Canadian dollar was actually worth a little more than the American. So I think 100 Canadian got me 105 US.
Okay.
So growing up, it was always pretty shitty, the Canadian dollar. Then it actually surpassed the US dollar for a few years, and now it's dropped back down.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so you had like 105% payback percent. That's probably like the best payback percentage I've ever seen on any machine there. So do you do your exchange? Well, you said that you have an account there. So do they charge you a fee to transfer from your American account to your Canadian account, or vice versa, or how's that work?
It's free to put money into the U.S. account.
Mm-hmm.
I have one free withdrawal per month out of the U.S. account.
Right,
So
and you do that
usually
when you
when
come
I,
in.
yeah, so as long as I'm not taking, a lot of money out every month, there's not much of a fee. I think it's like $1.25 anyway.
Okay.
So Yeah.
Now, would you advise that, like, would that be kind of like a money-saving tip that you have for your Canadian friends or maybe other friends overseas? Maybe some of our German friends, because apparently Germany is a popular country for my videos for some reason. I don't speak
Okay.
Yeah, I don't speak German. I figured it'd be Mexico. I speak Spanish, so I do a little bit of marketing there, but now Germany, apparently, bigger deal.
Yeah, I definitely would take my money out before I went because you're going to get nailed on all those machines in the casino, right, to withdraw money.
Right.
Years ago, when I first started going to Vegas, I took traveler's checks, but again, you're paying extra to get the traveler's checks.
Right, and
So,
it's kind of old school now, especially since
yeah,
everything's electronic, so that makes sense. Okay. Good deal. Well, let me ask about this too. So, I've been watching some documentaries, and apparently, like, kind of local regional casinos are becoming a bigger thing in Canada. Because you said you're up closer to, what'd you say, Ontario? I know you just said it, and I have the memory
yeah,
of a goldfish. I apologize. I promise I was listening. I just have a bad memory.
yeah, London, Ontario.
Okay, so you're in Ontario. So
So,
comparatively, like, I know those are locals casinos, but are they closer to Atlantic City, or what's the draw coming to Vegas versus just going to your locals, where you know it's going to stay in the neighborhood?
okay, the biggest thing is the complimentary drinks. You're going to be paying full price for drinks in these casinos, like $6, $7 Canadian for a beer.
Wait, they
Um,
charge you if you're gambling?
yeah,
They charge you money?
yes,
Real
because
money?
it's yes,
What?
the casinos are owned by the government, so
Mm.
they can do what they want. Now, I'm close to Windsor, so in Windsor is
Oh, I got a friend that
Caesar's.
lives out there. Well, I guess another friend now too. Captain Devpool, if you're listening, bro, much love to you, man. You still got to come down here. We're doing a birthday trip next year. I'm just gonna fly your butt out here, man. It's happening. Sorry about that. Go ahead. I just
No
had to razz him
problem.
a bit.
So I don't even remember what I was saying.
Oh no, I asked you. You said that the government can do whatever the hell they want.
Oh yeah, so they own the casinos, but like in Windsor, they hire Caesar's Entertainment to manage their property out there. So Caesar's Windsor. So that's a cool spot to head up. But yeah, like I said, you're going to be paying for a lot more stuff.
Okay. Gotcha. So it's not quite as opulent, I suppose, too. All right, definitely. So what's the first thing that you guys when you come from overseas? What's the first thought that you guys have? Like what do you do when you get over here? And I guess I'm gonna have one man from Canada speak for the entire world that is an American. Like what's the first thing you do? Because I know your wife. She reviews the buffets and all that, Buffet Princess, right? So she does all the buffets, and she's got a great little Twitter account and all that everybody here loves and should go to Twitter and follow if you haven't already. Buffet Princess, right? Just
Yeah, Buffet Princess.
all right.
Um,
I'm gonna put her in
she's
the
not.
here. I'm just gonna put a link to her in the live chat in case
Oh, okay.
anybody missed out on that. But I'll let you talk. I'm just gonna put that in the live chat.
Yeah, she's not very active on there. Usually only tweets out once a month or so, but definitely check it out. Would appreciate that. Um, yeah, once we get to Vegas, I think you're asking me mainly what we do first thing we get to Vegas. I'd say it's pretty normal to most people. Get to the hotel room, have a shower, and then hit the casino floor.
All right, gotcha. Um, So that said, too, does that actually? I mean, does that affect anything else as far as itinerary goes? I know you guys go for like a minimum about a week. Too. Does that affect the hotel that you choose to stay at? Figure between the budget and how long you're here. Does that make a big difference, or do you have any suggestions for other people coming from overseas that are going to have longer trips and maybe aren't necessarily up for hotel hopping? Or is that something you might recommend? I don't know.
Yeah, I do a lot of hotel hopping because, well, usually I get my 2 nights at my Vegas, right?
All right.
And
My
my
Vegas,
wife,
what's that? Never heard of it.
yeah. And my wife's going to do the same thing. So from, let's say, Sunday to Thursday, we usually can get 4 comp nights. So we could usually stay at the same hotel, right? So we like Mirage. So usually you can get 4 nights at Mirage. And then We also have used the Win, but that looks like that's pretty much finished.
Yeah, it's kind of a dry
Um,
hole at this point here.
yeah, so we're going to, after that, you really got to see if you got any offers anywhere to fill up the rest of the trip.
All right. Okay, gotcha. And we got another question from Gwen in the live chat over here. My girl Gwen, she's been very supportive of the channel too, pretty much since the beginning over here. So mad shout outs to you, girl. But anyway, Gwen wants to know: I love how light Pennies for Vegas packs for his trips. Teach me your ways. Like, what do you do?
Um, well, the last trip, I went for a week and I had this little tiny ass backpack. Like it was ridiculously small. Um, because the airline I was flying with has um, really, what's the word? Stringent
Yeah,
rules. So, I take the shirts and I roll them right through the roll,
yeah.
um, put them in the bag. Um, and yeah, actually, what I did do that trip was actually bought a few t-shirts when I was there because I didn't have enough shirts for the trip.
Okay, there you go. So you packed smart. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take the. And that reminds me of a tip that Cris from Faces and Aces podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he actually gave me a tip when we were doing a podcast together too. He told me that what you can do, a nice little hack, is you can take some kind of older clothes with you too. And what you do is you leave the older clothes behind in the hotel room, and you just take the newer ones back.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
and that saves you some space.
there's a lot of t-shirt deals in Vegas where you can get like 4 t-shirts for $10.
Okay, gotcha. Oh yeah, because they even have that place that's on the strip too, like right between like Cosmo and all those other ones there. So always good stuff. All right, let me see what else we got over here. Oh, and we have our favorite degenerates, Hog and 2 Cent over here. Something tells me this is a Hog question, just reading it, but let's go ahead and read it anyway. What's the longest time he hasn't been to Vegas? I think that's for you, brother.
I'm going to say there was probably a year and a half to 2-year period that I wasn't in Vegas. So, but lately it's been, geez, every couple months.
Okay, gotcha. Every couple months, so you've been going like 3, 4 times a year, right?
Yeah. What about you, Ace?
Oh, when I first it's funny. When I first started doing this, it'd just be like a year. Like I'd go once or twice a year. But since I started doing all this and doing the Ace of Vegas and all that and meeting everybody and all, I've been trying to go like once a season at this point. So about 3 or 4 trips a year
Nice.
at least, and it's been just so much fun. And you get to meet so many people. It's the community, it's the community that really brings you back. Let's see who else has a good question over here. There are lots of good questions in the chat, obviously. Oh, David's got another one. Does Mark book flights or a package with both? I think you were touching on that a little bit.
Yeah. I never do the package deal. I always will book my airfare and my hotel separate.
Okay, that's smart.
Yeah, especially when you're getting comp offers through the hotels. Like I get the odd comps here and there. So sometimes I just go that route.
All right, there you go. That's smart stuff. So you just get those good comp offers, but just book the airfare separate because it'll save you more money if you just take the direct hotel deals, right?
Yeah.
All right. Bebe's got a question about Wynn reopening strategy. That's going to be the last half of the show, so we'll talk about that in a bit. L&D, they got a question too. What's the longest you've ever been in Vegas?
3 months.
What?
Yeah, 3 months.
Come again, Mark? What? How? Why?
Why? Just because I was doing I thought I was going to be a professional sports bettor, and I went to Vegas with like 4 or 5 grand.
Okay.
And by the time it was over, I was broke and headed home.
Fair enough. Okay. You thought you were gonna.
I stayed at the budget suites on Paradise, so it was like $700 for the month. Pretty nice place. It wasn't run down or anything back then. This was like 2002, 2003.
Oh, there you go. That is pretty intense over there. Okay. Let's see. What other questions do we have? I'm trying not to skip any. Oh, how do you get that much time off of work to go so much? I'm not sure if that was for me or you. I kind of
Oh,
I manipulate my time off a little bit, but I've been with my job for a while. It was my first job out of college, so I've got a little bit of tenure at this point, so I get to take a little bit of time off, and I only go for like 3 days at a time, so that helps too.
and yeah, for me back then, I had just quit a job, so I decided, let's do this.
All right, there you go. Let's see, what else do we have? There was another one. Oh, hidden jackpots, good one. Ace of Vegas or Mark, do you not mind switching hotels every other day? I totally did that my last trip. And I pack light, so it doesn't actually bother me. If I'm with somebody, I'll typically just try to stay at the same hotel the whole time. But if it's just me, I don't give a damn. I really don't.
Yeah, for me, if you're a vlogger, it works out even better because you're going to get more content you can use. You got those all those different room reviews you can post once you get back home.
There you go. That's how you make your money back. That's good stuff. There's another one. Oh, here's a good question from Lynn. This is more of a technical question. When staying for 4 comp nights through My Vegas, do they make you switch rooms when you're splitting the comp nights with someone? In my experience, I've never had that happen, but I call up in advance to have them combine the reservations. Mark, have you ever had a
Right.
problem with that?
No, usually once you check in, you tell them you have two separate reservations and they'll combine everything.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they don't charge you for it as long as you book online and then you call them up afterwards like, oh, you know what, we booked 2 separate days. Can you just combine them? They don't bother. They don't bother you at all. I mean, I'm sure it annoys them, but who cares? Because they're getting people into the casino. They're gonna make some money. It's not their business. They don't care.
Right, right. And I totally get some people are like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not switching hotels every other day. And that's cool.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to save a buck or two, um, sometimes you just got to do it.
Yeah, it's not a bad deal, honestly. Let's see. Yeah, Anthony hasn't switched. TVP, he doesn't like switching hotels specifically, or especially when he's with people. Yeah, if I'm really with somebody, like if I'm out there with my spouse or one of my siblings or a good friend and all that, then I just like to kind of stay in one place, especially since I'm usually the one that plays tour guide. Because I was doing that before I started doing the channel. Though I make it sound like it's an annoying, but I've been doing that forever. So,
Nice.
let's see. Next question here. We're coming up on the bottom of the hour, and I want to make sure we get plenty of time for our other segments. So we'll just take a couple more. Uh, let's see. Oh, Slade, my boy Slade's got a great question for us. Are you optimistic about the future of My Vegas? Personally, yes. I think I'm feeling pretty good about it because I'm going to talk about it a bit more in the last half of the show. But Vegas is in a bad spot right now, and they're going to need every avenue they can get to get people to come back. That's my personal opinion. I'm not representative of Play Studios. I don't work for MGM Grand or MGM Resorts International. There are people that will accuse me of that, but I don't work there. I don't work for either of them. I just kind of do this for the fun of it. And that's just my personal opinion as a third party outsider that just plays a lot of video games and goes to Vegas a lot. That's me.
Yeah, I gotta say I agree with that. And my Vegas has outlasted so many people's predictions, right? Who would have thought? What year number are we in here?
Oh, I think
Seven,
it's like
eight?
8. Yeah, because it started in 2012,
Yeah, so year eight. That's insane. This thing's still going.
right? And it's getting to the point too where I think I was even getting regular MGM comp offers on days that were pretty chill, like regular MGM comp offers on top of my M Life offers, and I've only put M Life money through the machine. Like I only took their free play, so it kind of makes you wonder.
Right.
Let's see. Oh, Hagen 2 Cent, another great question. Does your family not understand why you keep going to Vegas? Some of them get it, some of them don't. It's not really a problem. I think the only ones that have a problem with it are my niece and my daughter, is because I don't take them, because they are 9 and 6. Oh, excuse me, 10 now and 6 respectively, and they'd be quite cross. And there's nothing for them there, but they're still quite cross with me. So just saying.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you, man? Well, because you take you take the boss lady too. So I mean, your family's pretty supportive of the Vegas thing, right?
Um, well, actually, my father, he passed away last summer. He dead set against gambling his entire life. So he wasn't thrilled about the idea of always going to Vegas.
Hmm.
His dad was a big time gambler back in like the 30s and 40s, betting on the horses.
Yeah.
And his dad lost a lot of money, so it kind of cost the family a lot. So they were always worried about that. And then my mom, um, she was engaged to this guy, and he went to Vegas on a trip.
Uh-huh.
And guess what happened?
Lost all his money.
No, he died.
Oh,
So
Jesus. That escalated
yeah,
quickly. Oh my
yeah.
goodness. I'm so sorry.
Well, it's yeah, whatever. But I'm just saying. So my mom has always been dead set against me going to Vegas.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's
Sorry
it.
to kill the mood.
Oh
I
no, it's
just
all
killed
good.
the mood on you.
Well, we can shift the gears over here. I will pop that into third like it's Tokyo Drift. No worries. So final thoughts on this before we move on. Any final tips that you might give a foreign traveler coming to the States or maybe to Vegas for the first time?
See, it's really tough, man. I'm in Canada. We're basically U.S. North.
All right, there's that, but it's still over a border. I don't know. I don't know,
There's
man.
I don't really know what else I could add on that topic. You need to get one of these UK guys in here.
All right, so next
Like
hashtag Vegas
Hog.
podcast, we'll get we definitely get Hog.
Yeah, get Hog in here.
Because Hog over Bridger all day. Actually, I wonder if Matt wouldn't mind. It's a little late for him over there because I think it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm not sure if I'd be able to get him on that early or that late.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and all right, Mark. Thanks again. Yeah, John. That's pennies for Vegas. He used to go by his first name when he started YouTubing, and I think most of us still call him Mark, so it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. He doesn't mind that. Doesn't seem to. Otherwise, he hasn't told me anything. But while we're talking about Vegas, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room over here. Vegas is still closed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Hog will be the bridger. I love it. But Vegas is still closed, and a lot of places, including Wynn, are calling for the reopening of Las Vegas, specifically. Well, I mean, I guess Nevada as a whole, but they're really trying to get those casinos back in phase 1. So, what are your initial thoughts on this? Like, why do you think they're so hot on this over here?
I don't know. Like, what exactly do you mean by that?
Like, I mean, it's a huge deal right now. But they're
Right.
really making it like a big deal, specifically the casinos open and I guess some other stuff. And theoretically, it would start looking like I guess it would kind of start looking like all the vlogs that I did with Matt Bridger and then Anastas and Sin. That's what she said in Vegas was out there too. Hog 2 Cent, Sin City Nerds, all of us were out there. We were all live streaming this stuff at the time, and we were just checking out how sparse everything was. And I imagine that reopening would look like that too. So
Yeah.
Why do you think they're so keen on that when there wouldn't be much to do there?
Oh, you mean why would people be keen on returning?
Yeah. Like, why would they do that?
Or why would the casinos do that?
Right, maybe a little bit of both. Let's go ahead and address why do the people want to reopen Vegas? Why do you think that is?
Well, everyone loves Vegas, so obviously everyone wants Vegas to reopen, but
Yeah, for sure.
this shit is very serious. So I can understand why, like, I believe they said MGM properties, there's only going to be a couple that reopen. And same with Caesars, like the low end Harrah's and possibly Flamingo or something like that. I don't know how you can't go full board again because no one's going to be coming right away. Yeah, you're not going to have the British invasion. You're not going to have
You're
like
not gonna have the Canadians, the Germans coming from across the pond there.
That's right. So And a lot of Americans are probably going to stay away in the beginning too. So I think it's probably smart to just open things a little at a time.
Right.
But that's just me.
Yeah, honestly, and 'cause I think the big thing is it's got to be money. I did some research on this, and
Right.
so it's a lot of different sources. I've got an article that states that Wynn is losing something to the effect of $3 million a day in Vegas, meaning it costs something like $1.5 million to open each hotel, which sounds absurd at first. But I had to do some research, did a little research on another documentary. Unfortunately, it was by that tosser Piers Morgan. Ask Berger about Tosser; he'll explain the whole thing for you. But no, apparently no, it was Robert Earl, the founder of Planet Hollywood, and it was recorded back in 2010 with Piers Morgan. And he had stated that it cost something to the effect of $1 million a day to run Planet Hollywood. So I ran the numbers with inflation. It's somewhere north of $1,180,000 a day to run a hotel casino. And based on some estimates from the Bloomberg article that I pulled up the other day after that too, is that Wynn was losing something like $2.5 million a day at their facility in Macau. So yeah, about $1 million a day. I think that tracks. That's probably an average $1.5 million a day. That tracks. So I'm sure it's because it's super expensive just to have these things exist. Not even open, just for these things to exist. That's I think that's their big thing. So if they just have them out there on land, it's killing them, and they don't think they're going to survive the whole way. And I think that's why they're trying to push so hard to get this to happen sooner than it really maybe should. I don't know. I'm not I'm not an infectious disease specialist or anything like that, so I absolutely have no bearing on why, on when you should reopen things, on what your social distancing protocol is. I'm following the recommendations of the CDC.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely doing that. And anything that I say, if the CDC contradicts that, please believe them. I am in no way an authority on this subject over here, So just want to go ahead and make that very, very clear. Anything I state here is an opinion. And I think Mark's on the same page, right? Unless you're a secret infectious disease physician, right?
Absolutely.
Right? Secret Dr. Mark. Pennies for doctors.
Everyone's trying to always ask me what I do, so you just broke a story.
Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Dr. Mark confirmed. Who knows? Ace of Vegas heard it first. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Matt Maddox. Is it Maddox or Murdoch? I can't remember his name. Matt Murdoch is he's Daredevil. Matt Maddox is the CEO of Wynn, and he's got a plan. So there's the whole 23-page document on the plan over here. I've got the Cliff Notes version. I've just got the Cliff Notes version. We're going to do that.
That's good.
Is that all right?
That's good. Yeah,
okay,
that's good.
All right. So basically, they're working on a health safety plan for their employees and also for their guests too. So the big plan is, temperature checks, wearing PPE, that's personal protective equipment, meaning gloves and masks, physical distance by at least 6 feet, using hand sanitizer, and then everybody that works there are going to be washing their hands hourly. There's some more stuff in the full document. I'll see if I can find a link to it. Actually, you know what? On Facebook, if you go to Win Slots Tips and Tricks and join that group, my buddy Robert, he's the head admin there. He's also been on the show for me. He actually downloaded the whole thing. He has it in the documents section, so I'll see if I can link it there. Now, in order to recover Las Vegas, CEO Maddox, I keep wanting to call him Murdoch. I think he's Daredevil. I don't know why. I think he legit is Daredevil. Who knows? But they're depending on the governor's appointed task force there. They're shooting for early May with reduced occupancy. So that means that there are going to be fewer rooms available. They're going to be doing temperature checks, and there are going to be no large gatherings. What's that mean? That means that we are going to have 3 to a blackjack table instead of 6 or 7. That means no pool parties. That means no nightclubs. That probably means no restaurants, too. So here's that follow-up question over here. Do you want to go to a Vegas like that? The live chat's already abuzz about this over here, but are you hype about this?
No, I'm not excited about it at all. Like, right now I'm thinking, if they open up Vegas sometime in May 15th to June 1st, I'm probably not going to hit Vegas again till September, till this improves a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this over here. Yeah, Gwen just brought up another good, interesting point, and so did LA Shadow too. Yeah, 3 to 4. Yeah, 3 to 4 people at a blackjack table is optimal, but if what Gwen's saying is true, which I believe it will be, given the way that yeah, just given the way that the stock's looking for a couple of these casino companies, I think there's going to be some really high table minimums. I mean, they weren't great when I was out there. Some they kind of fluctuated a little bit. Some I think towards the end they got down as low as $5 a hand as a minimum, but most of them were still kind of sitting there at $25. Oh, open your eyes. That's they've got another comment in here. No shows. OYE was saying no show. Yeah, so there's going to be no shows. There's going to be no pools. There's going to be no pool parties. There's going to be no, no nightclubs, no pretty girls, no pretty guys. Like, there's, what are you going to go? I mean, unless you're a big gambler, fair enough, then yeah, there's a reason for you to go back to.
Right.
But is there anything you want to do without all that fun stuff? And, they're talking some pretty crazy stuff about the buffets right now.
Yeah, that's almost a deal breaker for Buffet Princess.
All right, that's just a deal breaker for me. That might be a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Honey, hey. What? We have a question. All right, we're going to bring Wondy on over here. We're going to go ahead and bring my spouse on. Real quick question, honey. So knowing that there'd only be gambling in Vegas right now, so there's no pool party, no beach club, there'd be no buffets or anything like that. What do you want to go back to Vegas in June if none of that stuff's there?
Nah.
Nah, that's a hard nod. That's a hard nod from Wonder Woman, guys.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta agree with her, man. Like, it's reminding me of the old saying about the NFL, the no fun league. Well, this is gonna be the no fun Vegas.
All right, there you go. Oh, hidden jackpots. Good point. All the pretty guys and girls will be there if the whole live chat's in there. That is true. We'd all have to go back. But yeah, the no fun Vegas. Like, what are we gonna do about that?
John Wick in the chat said the slots will be $5 minimum bet. So
Too true.
I guess there's no pennies for Vegas.
No, it's gonna be dollars for Vegas. It'll be $1 for Vegas, and we're gonna be out after about 2 spins. Trip is over. Back to the room, where you can't get room service because they can't go see you.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, what's gonna be the point of that? Like, I was looking into it. And I was looking into some of the stuff from Macau, and I'm going to be paraphrasing some of the articles I read, also on Bloomberg, which I'd love to link, but I think I'm out of links from Bloomberg because they're behind a effing paywall right now because they're criminals. But that's not the point. Point is, I was looking at Macau, and it doesn't look... Actually, you know what? Let me show you a picture of Macau right now. Hold up.
Okay.
That's what Macau looks like right now. So they have people coming through. They have people gambling. It's all masks. People are not terribly well social distanced here, admittedly. This is probably a bad example, but it's basically trying to do the same thing.
Oh, wow. That is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit, isn't it? I mean, it's so... It just doesn't look great over here. I mean, everything looks shiny, looks nice, looks clean. But everyone's just kind of circling around this little statue over here, and there's not much else going on. And let's be honest, what's the difference between Macau and Vegas? Macau is the gambling capital of the world, and Vegas is the party capital of the world.
Very true. Good point.
So, I mean, it's not as big a deal in Macau, right? Or, I mean, what do you think? I mean, what do people really go to Macau for? I've never actually been. You ever been?
I will say one thing. This is going a little bit off topic. Sorry, but in the chat, everyone's talking about what I would do in Vegas. One guy said it's going to be pesos for Vegas and all this stuff. But there was one comment about Mark will spend all his time at stage door, and that's probably true, and that would definitely be worth the trip.
All right. All day at stage door. I think that'd be all right. That is that actually is perfect. Let's see. Jody's got a good point over here. Macau is total excess. Yeah, everything's super opulent over there and pretty, but it's all because it's all gambling. And from what I understand, they don't have pool parties out there. Like, what's the deal there? You don't have a pool party, and I guess that's another good question. Like, are you?
You're really hung up on this pool party, aren't you?
I love pool parties, man. I hate nightclubs, but I love pool parties. I love getting like these big frozen cocktails and all that. Hanging out in the lazy river. I love hanging out at MGM Grand and their pool. I love Mandalay Bay. I used to love Monte Carlo before it turned into Park MGM and absolutely decimated its pool area. That still upsets me. But I miss the pool parties, dude. I legit do. It's just sad. So I guess that's the reason it kind of works over there, because in Macau it's more business. Vegas is more fun, you know?
Okay, so are they going to, you said there's no shows, but will they have like the Bellagio fountains going or anything like that? Because Hog's really interested in that.
You know, that's a good question there, honestly. Well, let's think on this. So I remember I was watching the Player Secret, a whale. It was something like History of a Whale, Player Secret, whatever. It's about Don Johnson, big-time blackjack player. And he was at this restaurant at Bellagio that they invited him over to, and he was out there with the reporter, and he got this stupid little button that let him turn on the Bellagio fountains. Bottom line is it costs him $10,000 every time those things turn on.
Wow.
Allegedly, that's what he said. He said about $10,000, and I'm sure with inflation, that's probably something closer to 11,000, maybe 12,000 at this point or whatever. So I'm sure it's expensive. That probably factors into the $1 million a day. So kind of makes me wonder. It's way more expensive than those high limit cookies there, unfortunately, which are probably also going to go away because, social distancing and, those people touch all those cookies in there. I'm just saying. But I don't think that's going to go off, and I can't imagine how expensive the Mirage Volcano would be,
Yeah, that thing's got to be expensive to run.
Oh, well, 300,000? Jody's saying it's 300,000
Really?
a push. Where did you hear that?
That's
insane. We need a source on that, girl. We need a source on that. That sounds crazy. It's probably not wrong. I believe every word of that, but I'd love to see the source on it. What is it? Yeah, better come from a car. 300. Yeah, 300,000 sounds kind of high, but I believe it's. I've heard crazier things about Vegas, so I think that I remember watching 10K before, but let's say it's somewhere between 10K and 30. Point is, it's really expensive to do. That's
Sure,
the point.
sure.
Maybe it's like $300,000 a day it costs them to run the thing. Maybe that's what it is. But no, I mean, I can't imagine a lot of the. I mean, what else? Here, let me ask you this: what do you think we could safely do in Vegas right now?
I don't want your channel to get shut down, so let's just move on.
Let's just move on. Okay. Are you saying that we could safely watch TV with our spouses in Vegas, if you know what I mean?
I'm just saying there's some bedroom activities that will probably be safe to do.
Oh, we call that watching TV here.
Oh, okay.
But so you can watch TV with your spouse. Doesn't matter if you prefer digital or analog, if you know what I mean. But you won't be able to shop for a TV downstairs because you'll be too far away.
Yeah, that's true.
There'll be no
that's
TV
true.
shopping there if you're a single TV watcher.
That's right.
You're gonna have to bring your TV with you every time. There you go. I don't know. My TV likes to come with me sometimes. You calling me a TV? Yes, dear, you're my TV.
The TV makes the trip once in a while.
Yeah, the TV makes the trip once in a while. The TV is also a little angry at me for calling her a TV. She's the prettiest high-definition TV I've ever seen, though. I'm so bad. I'm sorry. This is the last hashtag Vegas podcast, guys, because I'm going to die after this. I'm so sorry.
Oh, man. The TV is 4K.
TV, yeah, she is 4K, all day 4K. There you go, 100% right. But yeah, it's going to be my Vegas and chill. Definitely going to be my Vegas and chill. Oh, man. The live chat is just lit. And no, Sin, I am not kissing up. I am. That's called self-preservation.
Oh,
Where I'm
dude,
from.
did you see what Slade just posted?
Oh, what is like the TV goes on the fronts once a month. Oh, good night, everybody. Oh, jeez.
Thanks for coming out, guys.
There you go. We're done. Okay. So let me go ahead and get your prediction. I've just been asking everybody this, and for some reason, people keep asking me, when is Vegas going to reopen? Like I know anything, guys. I am not helpful.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm just not helpful. I have no idea when this is going to reopen for real. But let's say for real, when are you expecting to head back to my Vegas, or not to my Vegas? I guess to regular Vegas. Our Vegas.
Right. Well, I'm going to hit up my Vegas probably in an hour or so, but
Oh, I got to run in the background, bro. You can't even hear the music.
Oh,
right
nice, nice. Actual Vegas, I'm thinking probably it's going to open up here by June. You'll start to see the odd casino opening. Downtown, if you're going to go to Vegas, I would say downtown's probably the spot to hit, right? Because most of those casinos will probably open. But so I have a trip planned September 1st through the 6th. So fingers crossed.
Definitely. You know, I'm pretty hopeful. I'm thinking July. I might be able to make a 2 or 3 day trip.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm thinking then, at least domestically. I'm thinking the state lines will at least open up a little bit.
Will the TV set be coming with you?
I'm not sure if the TV set will be joining me. Honey, do you want to go to Vegas in July?
Not if there's just gambling.
Not if there's just gambling, no. I'm hoping that the Mandalay Bay Shark Reef will be back by then. So
right.
that's why Wondy likes to go. She likes the attractions. She likes the she definitely likes the Mirage Volcano. She likes things like Avengers Station. She likes the Shark Reef. She likes dolphin habitat. That sort of good stuff. And Pacman, yes, dear. Likes Level Up Bar and MGM Grand because they have a giant Pacman machine. Karaoke, that kind of fun stuff, the non-gambling stuff, because she doesn't gamble. That's just fact of the matter. And Vegas isn't just for gamblers anymore. That's the important thing. It has all this fun party stuff to capture any crowd, and there's something for everybody there, and that's what really makes it interesting. So,
Okay, I gotta ask a question for you, Ace.
Oh, there's a question for me. I was not prepared for this. Ending stream now.
Well, most people can't see the video feed, right?
Right.
So, your TV set has been moving back and forth between rooms during the entire feed. I'm just wondering what's going on.
Oh, she tends to do that sometimes. She's the shark circling the kill over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mark can. Nobody else can right now. Just Mark can.
Tell them this is how I write stories in my head.
She's in the middle of writing right now. She's a teacher,
okay.
So normally but now that she's had some time, it's all part-time. Back here now, she's doing online classes, so she has more time to write now. So that's kind of her process there. That's the creative process.
Oh, nice,
yeah.
Nice.
So, here's another question: buffets. So MGM killed all their buffets when this happened, and TNS are in here. T and C are in the place. Good to see you guys. Glad you guys made it out. But yeah, MGM completely killed. Do you think that buffets are going to come back in general at all? Because let's be honest, those are really great places to get sick if something happens.
Right. I think you will see the some of the bigger spots eventually reopen them.
Yeah.
But when everything comes back at first, no, I don't think there will be any buffets.
Yeah, no buffets at all.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of any reason to go. Do you guys think that Josh Twim, 69th viewer, giggity, love it. There you go. Here's a question too. Well, here's a couple questions for the live chat then. So, who in the live chat really feels comfortable going back to Vegas? Let's go ahead and say June 1st. They open Vegas back to full. Who feels comfortable going right now? Because that's a good question. Like, it's not just about whether it's available or not, but is it worth it to go?
Yeah, I would not be going back to Vegas until at least midsummer.
All right, yeah, that seems to be. Yep, Shelly's going no. Coco's going hell no. Bebe's thinking June 1st for her, and hopefully Montecito too. We're hoping she's in good health too. Jody's in for June. Slade is like nope. Josh is like not me. Let's see. Who else is saying not me in June? We got a lot of no's. Amber's saying no. Adrenaline Rush no. Sam's saying no. Kino Kid is down, it looks like. Don is trying to go in May. Max is out. Anthony's like, no, not in June. No way, bro. TVP, he's the expert over here. Hard no. Lynn's holding off till next year. Man, this is... so what? Yeah, so you guys just don't feel safe, or you guys don't think that they're going to be ready? Is it just something that the experts are saying? What do you guys think? What about you, Mark? What's the soonest you'd want to go back, honestly? You said, like, late July.
Yeah, well, I got the trip booked for September. I guess if they opened in early June or late May, and we could see a couple of months of how things are going, I might consider, boom, Jonathan X.
Oh, John with that big drop over there. Boom, we can buy the entire bar at Stage Door. You know what, John? If you're going to Stage Door, if it's only 6 hours, I will hop on a plane. I will meet you there, bro. I will meet you there, bro. Thank you. First round on me. Much appreciated. But yeah, so let's see. Yeah, there are a couple reasons. Oh, yeah, asymptomatic people scare me, according to Coco in the chat over here, along with those making all this political, and they don't actually care about the science aspect of it, I'm guessing. So yeah, that's fair. Max just wants the full Vegas experience. Like he wants the he wants like all the glitz, all the glamour, the food, the booze, like everything else, all the good stuff. Gwen's reply made me a little sad. I lost my job as a barber, so money would be the reason. Yep, that's fair. That's definitely fair. All right. Yeah, I guess I hadn't really thought about it, but so many people are on furlough right now, or they're cut down to part-time. Their hours are mad cut right now. I mean, even in our house, the boss lady's not working full-time right now. So that's, I can see financials being a factor.
I actually really like Vegas BB's answer. Have you watched the U.S. news? I'll wait until the fall.
Fair enough. I can respect that, actually.
Yeah, I know earlier, Hidden Jackpots had wanted to know, would I hit the Canadian casinos again? And I'll definitely be going to Niagara Falls and that for some casino play the next few months once things open up. Because I think it's going to be a while until that border reopens for us Canadians.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, even thinking about local casinos, I don't go to local casinos in the first place, and with all this stuff going on, I don't think I'll go to a local casino.
No.
I'm thinking like June or July. Maybe July would be a good time for Vegas. So we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of anything else. I mean, obviously the experts are going to be the ones to keep things safer over there. They're going to know exactly what to do to keep us safe while we're over there. So we want to make sure that we're following their guidelines and following their recommendations. And I hope everybody's taking that very seriously, because you guys, you guys are all friends, family at this point. I mean, my whole channel started with just friends and family, and I've grown to really appreciate all of you guys, and quite close to quite a few of you that are even in the live chat right now too. So I don't want to see anybody get sick or get hurt or anything like that, whether it's physically or even mentally or financially. It's going to be painful, so I'm a little concerned about everyone.
Yeah, makes sense.
So that's a whole big thing. But yeah, I'm thinking July, just so hopefully by then we'll be everyone's going to be working full time in the house over that, and then we'll definitely be able to reasonably afford to do it. I don't want to get to the point where it's like, where it's kind of a gamble too, because it's got a family here, and the small child needs to go to college too. So I definitely don't want to risk that. Certainly not gambling the baby's college money. That goes in the account first, obviously.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. Any final thoughts on this? Like, obviously we know what we can do, but yeah, it's just
one thing. what I think is you've got like 70 people in this chat, right?
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
I'd say a good 85% of people are saying no, they won't go back to Vegas right away.
Yeah.
And these are the diehards. These are the hardcores.
Yep.
So if the diehards and hardcores are saying this, what's just the average run-of-the-mill vacationer thinking?
Oh yeah, I can only imagine. I mean, like I said, even just kind of reaching back here towards the back room and talking to the boss lady about it. You guys heard her
Yeah.
pop in there. It's just like yeah, she's not about it. And that's kind of the crowd right now. They're hardcore fans and they're casuals.
Right.
Casuals are basically who you're always looking to capture at this point, because
Yeah.
you're always going to have the 10% hardcore. You're also
Right.
going to get that, the 10% that are like hell to the no, and then you also have that 80%. So that's about right. Yep, Viva Slade Vegas. You're absolutely right about that. Slade is right. Don't forget, your audience is smarter than the average person. I 100% agree. I've had some really great conversations with quite a few of you guys here too, and it's very clear and apparent that you guys, you do your research, you know what's going on. I mean, you read the sources, you always you check, you vet your sources and all that, and I think that's really great. And I think that's super amazing that I have a community like that too. And I can say this for sure.
I do think though, if Vegas Tips and Tricks is still in the chat, he's going to drive that number down.
Oh, shots fired. Okay. Well, what's that say about me? Because he beat me. He beat me in the last game. So I may. Oh shoot! Shots fired, bro. All right, I'm cutting you off now. There you go.
No, we already went over it. Hog messed the game up. Let's talk some more about how Hog totally screwed that game up.
Oh, it'd be like that. That's a post-show thing. Awesome. All right, I think we're coming up on the top of the hour over here too. Any final thoughts on the subject as far as just as far as all the craziness going on out here, and so final thought, yes or no, we bringing Vegas back, or that's a hard no, bro?
Well, I think they're bringing Vegas back, which is a good thing, but I just hope everyone stays safe and goes when they think the time is right.
Yeah, I agree. I will say that I do love Vegas, and I certainly would like to support Vegas. There are lots of small business people there. And, I mean, even at the MGM hotels, again, I hate Jim Murin. You guys already know that. But I do love a lot of the guys that work for him. And actually, if you guys that work for him are even members of the community over here, too, and, I have the best damn community on YouTube, I'll say, which is actually really nice because luckily I think Mark actually shares a fair amount of that community instead of hugging 2 cents. So all my friends definitely share a lot of that community, and that's why I can definitely say, my Spinners and Sharks are the best community on YouTube and don't give a damn about what anyone else says. But that being said, too, I think you guys should trust your judgment. I do want you to hold off on jumping into it now so we can have a bigger and better party later.
Sure.
I love that idea. So I'm 100% behind that too. Also, as a family guy too, I'm definitely going to limit any Vegas exposure, if any at all, So, it's just, it's sad. And I think Vegas is going to hurt financially because of it. I'm not really sure what the long-term effects are. And, I mean, there's just not much to be said about it. Worst case scenario, I mean, they're printing some money out there. They're doing stimulus packages for everyone. I'm sure they'll figure it out. Those guys in Wall Street are gonna figure it out. And also, they charge like $50 a room on top, $50 a night on top of the normal room rate. I'm sure they have $1 or $2 stashed away in their piggy bank.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine.
Especially MGM, they are cheap. They're cheap as hell. I'll tell you what. Not 2 weeks for full-time employees only, and then maybe furlough at that point. Give me a break.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, not costing them anything to be shut down right now. They're fine, and they need to act like they're fine. So I'd actually go back. I'd actually feel a lot better about going back that way and spending money with them if they were supporting their employees like Wynn was. Very disappointed in Jim Murin and MGM right now. Well, not Jim Murin. I just hate Jim Murin, but All right. Anyway, though, sorry to end it on a bad note. Positive note though. Had a great time with our boy Mark over here. Don't forget to go ahead and visit him in the description box below. Been trying to get him on the show for like ever. I think you had like 300 subscribers one time, and you'd brought it up, and I'm like, bro, go ahead and get on the show. Jump in.
Yeah,
You're like, no, I'm
yeah.
gonna hold off. I've been trying to get you on the show for damn well near since it started. So I'm glad you finally joined.
I appreciate you inviting me to come on. And if anyone wants to subscribe to yet another YouTube channel, it's www.penniesforvegas.com.
Yeah, hit it up. You know what? I run out of videos. I only post like 2 or 3 a week. I even took this last week off to kind of recuperate a little bit. So if you're out of Ace of Vegas content to watch, there's another good substitution right there. Always accept that substitute. Good times. All right, guys. Well, that being said, this is Mark. Do you have a normal sign off that you do now?
No.
Okay, fair enough then.
No, I gotta work on something. I don't have nothing.
We're working out a sign up, but well, until then, this is Ace of Vegas and Pennies for Vegas signing out, and we're both wishing you strong hands and, of course, happy spinning, you guys. Good night, everybody.